Hi guys, and welcome to Strength Universe. Today I take a look at how a bit more experience and some small changes to technique may have affected Pavlo Nakonechny's placings in each of the events at last weekend's Giants Live World Open. Pavlo Nakonechny comes from Lviv, Ukraine, and is 23 years old. He was the third heaviest competitor at the World Open, even after losing a considerable amount of weight through illness in the lead up to the competition. The first event of the competition was the max deadlift, and in the video I released a day prior to the competition speculating on Pavlo's performance, I stated the following: although if they skip 475 kilograms and then fail to pull 505, there could be numerous athletes all achieving a best lift of 455. Pavlo went on to pull 453.5 kilograms before skipping 475. Prior to he and Ivan failing their world record attempts. If Pavlo had more experience and followed Ivan's same tactics, he would have jointly won the World Deadlift Championships and a share of the points. The second event was a carry and drag instead of the previously announced loading medley, but Pavlo got off to an awesome start in the farmer's wall, comfortably ahead of Adam Bishop, but his lack of experience really showed in the chain and anchor drag, where he fell 3 times. Each fall cost Pavlo considerable time, as you can see in the top right of the screen. If Pavlo hadn't been so exuberant, he would have saved himself over 12 seconds and achieved a time somewhere in the region of 24.73, which would have given him a comfortable victory. Of course, in being more careful, his time may have been a little slower than this, but this speculative result would have left him with the following points. The third event is the Viking press, and this is one that I speculated Pavlo would do well in. Unfortunately, he finished in joint 5th place along with Renaud Heinle, and in my opinion there's a couple of reasons for this, but perhaps the simplest one to resolve that may have netted him an extra rep or two was Pavlo's hand placement, and this is especially obvious when compared to other athletes. If Pavlo had emulated the hand position of his competitors, it would have moved him further away from the pivot point and thus reduced the weight in the hand. And while this is only a small change, it would have been sufficient enough for him to have achieved 10 repetitions, and this is how that would have affected the score. The fourth event was the hammer hold, and was another one that I thought Pavlo would do well in. Unfortunately, from the outset it seemed clear that his technique looked inefficient when compared to other competitors. In this side-by-side you can clearly see that Pavlo's arms appear much straighter than those of Renaud Heinle, and the hammer hold is one of those events where bending the rules as much as possible can pay dividends. This was by far Pavlo's worst event, in which he finished down in 9th place, and it's very hard to predict how much improvements in technique would benefit his performance, so I've speculatively increased his time from 27 to 31 seconds. All of these small changes over the previous 4 events combined to move Pavlo up from his original 4th place to 3rd place overall going into the final event, the Castle Stones. And this is the one event in which he demonstrated a near perfect performance, with the exception of a tiny fumble at the very beginning. And as this is common for all athletes regardless of experience, there is no additional gains to come from this particular event. Pavlo finished the Castle Stones in 2nd place with an outstanding time of 19.76 seconds, and based purely on my speculation, Pavlo could have finished the competition in 3rd place overall, just half a point behind Adam Bishop. Of course, this is all based on ifs and buts, but I think it really goes to show the huge potential of Pavlo Nakonechny, especially given that he was ill in the lead up to the competition, and assuming of course he hasn't got a lifetime ban from Giants Live. Just as I was finishing this video, I saw that Matt Rhodes has released a rather interesting apology video with Pavlo Nakonechny, so if you haven't seen that, I've left a link in the description. That brings me towards the end of this video, but as always I'd like to hear your opinion, so please leave a comment below letting me know what you think of Pavlo Nekonechny's future in Strongman. I've left links to his social media in the description below, so please check that out and give him a follow. And finally, if you enjoyed this video, please help support my channel by smashing like, sharing the video and subscribing. Thank you.